in. We'll get started lying on our back, hugging both knees into our chest. So I'll meet you all over on the mat. So wherever you're at, you can find some stillness or add a little movement, whatever feels good to your backside. Just take a few breaths here, beginning to ground and center yourself for your practice. Just noticing where your body's at in space. Feeling the full length of your spine connect with the surface beneath you. Keep holding on to your right shin. As you take a few rounds, extending and straightening the left knee. Perhaps on your exhales, you allow the left knee to stretch out, left leg stretch out. And inhale, draw that knee back into your chest. And take a few rounds like that, just working into the left knee joint, the outside of the left hip, the front of the left hip, or left thigh, I should say. The next time that knee draws in, go ahead and place the sole of the left foot onto the mat. Grab onto the back of the right thigh. We'll take that same activity, bending and straightening the right leg towards the ceiling. Just notice if that work feels any different, straightening out versus straightening up. Go ahead and cross right ankle over left knee and use your right palm to press into the right thigh, pressing that thigh away from you. And removing the palm on the right thigh, go ahead and lift left foot off the ground. Again, taking a few rounds, bending and straightening your left knee. Place the sole of your left foot back onto the mat. Your legs stay the same. Just allow both legs to fall out to the left, taking a little twist here. The sole of the right foot is on the mat, right knee points up towards the ceiling. You can open your arms out like a gold post, or maybe have your arms spreading wide like a capital T. From here, take a few rounds, just turning your head from side to side, adding some movement to your neck, the cervical spine. Bring your head back to center. Bring your legs back to center. Removing right ankle from left knee, go ahead and hold on to the right shin. Extend your left leg long. Draw your belly in towards your spine and lift your head and shoulders off the mat, tapping your, energetically tapping your forehead to your knee. It might not reach, that's okay. You just want to go for a little crunch here, engaging the ab muscles. And exhale, slowly release head and shoulders back down to the mat. Right leg extends up towards the ceiling. And perhaps maybe bending your elbows to lift head and shoulders off the mat. Exhale to release down, bend your right knee in. One more time, head and shoulders lift up off the mat, little crunch towards that bent knee. Exhale to release down, extend the right leg up towards the ceiling one more time. And maybe you bend your elbows out to the side to lift head and shoulders off the mat for a crunch. And gently bring your head and shoulders back down. You can grab for the sole of the right foot and take a few rounds of bending and straightening the right leg. If this is too much of a stretch on the front of the left thigh, always have an option to bend back into the left knee. And then release the sole of the right foot, hugging both knees in. A few rounds of letting your knees drop from left and right, side to side. Gentle twist here. Bring both feet down to your mat and hug your left knee into chest. Using your exhales to draw that knee in closer to your chest. And add some movement to the right leg, bending and straightening your right knee. Maybe exhale, right leg extends out. Inhale, that knee draws back in closer to your chest. Just notice if this side feels any different, any mobile, more mobile than left side. And placing the sole of the right foot onto the mat, go ahead and cross left ankle over right knee. Left palm presses into your left thigh to create a deeper external rotation on that left hip. Just hold here for a few breaths, noticing any sensations you might feel on the outside of left hip. And release that press and just let your legs fall over to the right side. Take a twist. Arms to a gold poster straight out like a capital T. Add some movement to your neck, turning your head gently from side to side. Bring your head back to center. Legs come back to center. Lift the right foot off the mat. Take a few rounds of bending and straightening right knee. Add a bend back to your right knee to place the sole of the right foot onto the mat. And then hug your left knee into your chest, interlacing your fingers around the left shin. Straighten the right leg long. Draw your belly into your spine, feeling your low back flatten across the mat. And then when you're ready, head and shoulders lift up off the mat, energetically reaching your forehead to your knee for a crunch. Exhale, gently lower head and shoulders back down, hands behind left thigh to straighten that leg towards the ceiling. One more time, bending your elbows out to your sides to lift head and shoulders up. Crunching at the upper abs. Exhale, gently bring head and shoulders back down. Left knee hugs in, bends in. One more time, forehead to knee. Exhale, lower down, leg straightens towards the ceiling. And bend your elbows out to the side, taking your last crunch here in this shape. Exhale, gently lower down, bending into your left knee to grab onto the sole of the left foot. Take a few rounds of bending and straightening the left leg as much as your leg will allow. It doesn't have to be a huge movement here. And again, if too much of a stretch on the front of the right thigh, you can always bend back into the right knee to give you a little bit more range of motion on that left side. And release the sole of the left foot, both knees hug in. Allow your knees to drop left and right, side to side. Engaging the obliques. Add some fresh life to those internal organs as we twist from each side, stimulating our digestive system, and also taking a back stretch here with this twist. Bring everything back to center, placing both feet down onto the mat. Walk your feet out wide and allow your knees to drop in towards each other. Placing one palm on your belly, one palm on your chest. Just rest here for a moment. If you'd like to, you can gently rest your eyes. Settle into your breath. If you can notice the full length of your backside on the mat, becoming aware of the back of your head pressing into the mat. Acknowledging the space where your neck curves and doesn't touch anything. Feeling the backs of your shoulders press into the mat. Your upper back. Perhaps feeling the mid-back and low back gently lift away. Feeling the connection of the tops of the hips and your glutes. Notice the soles of the feet pressing into the surface beneath you. Start to deepen your breath, acknowledging the rise and fall of your palms on belly and chest with each inhale and exhale. If your eyes are closed, gently blink them back open. Lifting your knees back towards the ceiling as you walk your feet right back underneath your knees. And maybe walk your feet in a bit closer to your glutes. So if you extend your arms long, you'll be able to just graze your fingertips with the backs of your heels. Press into your feet to lift your glutes up and away from the mat, a gentle bridge pose. Exhale, gently lower your hips back down. And a couple more times, press into your feet, lift the glutes up and away, rolling to your shoulders, shining your heart forward. Exhale, gently lower, glutes down. And one last time, press into your feet, lifting from your thighs. Notice if you're squeezing your glutes as you lift up. Just relax those muscles there. Allow the work to happen in the front of the body. Exhale, gently lower down. Right leg lifts up high towards the ceiling, pressing out through that heel. Press into the left foot to lift your glutes. Time keeping the leg lifted, just lower your glutes to hover. Don't let them tap down onto the mat. And then press right back up through that heel. cheeks gently lower down towards the mat. Press right back up through the heel. Last time, gently lowering down towards the mat. Reach and extend back up. See if you can lift as high as you can go this round. Hold for a breath. Feel the work happening in that left thigh. Exhale, lower your glutes. Lower the right leg. Hug both knees in. Give yourself a little rock. Left and right, side to side. Both feet down onto the mat. Walk your heels back into your glutes if they've walked away. Press into the right foot to lift the left leg up high towards the ceiling. And press into that right foot again to lift the glutes up and away from the mat. Exhale, gently lower to cover. Press and reach back up. Exhale, gently lower. Press and reach back up. Last time, lower and hover. Press and lift. Keep lifted for a few breaths. Just two. Really feel that work happening in the right thigh. Last breath here. Lost my earpiece. Gently lower your hips back down. Bend back into the left knee to place the sole of the left foot on the mat. Hug both knees in. Give yourself a little rock. Left and right, side to side. Grab onto the backs of the legs to rock and roll from your shoulders to your hips. Take a few rocks here. And rock yourself to a seat. And then right away into tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over your knees. From your tabletop, take both shins over to your left and gaze over that left shoulder. Take a little twist. Bring your head and your shins back to center as you take both feet and shins over to the right and gaze and look over right shoulder. Everything comes back to center. Shins go off to the left and look over left shoulder. Bring it all back to center and take it right one more time. Gazing over right shoulder as your shins reach off the mat. Come back to center. Take a few rounds of cat-cow here, pressing into your palms to lift your head and chest up high towards the ceiling. Exhale, round your back for your cat. Inhale to lift and lengthen, moving one vertebrae at a time. And exhale, round back into that shape. Come back to a flat back, tuck your toes underneath, lift your knees up off the mat just about 6 inches to a foot or so, and press your chest back to your thigh. Let your hips rock left and right, side to side. Feeling the movement in your shoulders, your back, stretching out the soles of the feet. And gently lower your knees down towards the mat. Walk your hands forward to melt your chest into the mat for puppy dog pose. If you have the flexibility in your spine, you can always bring your chin to the mat. I'm pretty comfortable with just bringing my forehead down there, so you decide how deep you want to go in this back bend. Press into your palms to lift yourself back up. Hands back underneath your shins. One more time, tucking your toes under. Lift your knees up, just about to hover. Pressing your chest back to your thighs. Give yourself, add a little movement here, rocking left and right, side to side. Gently lower your knees down, walking your hands forward. Melt your heart. For puppy dog pose, hips stay high. Lifting your head back up, walk your hands back underneath your shoulders and drop your forearms to your mat. The elbows right underneath your wrist, fingers interlaced into a fist. Take a few rounds here, shifting your weight forward, so bringing your chin forward of your fist. And exhale, shift your weight back. So working into the muscles of the upper back and a little bit of core that helps us to shift forward and back. Keep pressing down through your elbows to feel the engagement of your upper back. Take one last round here, shifting forward, shift back. Palms come to the mat so you can walk back to sit on your heels. Interlace your hands back behind you as you shine your heart forward. Give yourself a little twist left and right, side to side, really squeezing your shoulder blades in behind your back. And bring your palms down to the mat. Your fingertips will face away from your body. Press into your palms, lift your chest, shine your heart towards the ceiling. If it feels okay, you can drop your head back. Walk your hands back in to lift yourself back up. One more time, fingers interlace. Forearms onto the mat, shoulders right over your elbows, shifting your weight forward and back, bringing your chin right in front of your fist, then shift your hips right back over your knees. This time, pausing, shoulders over wrists, shoulders over elbows. Press into your palms, press into your forearms, press into your elbows. Extend right leg back behind you. Left leg extends back for a forearm plank. Draw your belly into your spine. Take your gaze just over the front edge of your mat. You have a nice long line from head to your feet. Draw your belly in. Holding for one more breath. Exhale, tap your knees down. Walking your hands back to your knees. Interlacing arms behind your back, squeezing shoulder blades together. If it feels good, add a little movement, twisting left and right, side to side. And take your palms back behind you. Shine your chest forward towards the ceiling. Head rolls back if that feels okay for your neck. Tuck your chin in. Palms come back to your mat for tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back for down dog. Add those down towards the mat. Take a little bend into both knees to walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Grab onto opposite elbows if that feels good. Letting your forearms drag down towards the mat. You can be rocking left and right, bend into both knees. Slowly stretch yourself up to stand, arms circle towards the ceiling. Interlacing your fingers right above your head. Reach up, lift up, lengthen up to your sides. Press your hips forward and allow your back to roll back. Inhale to lift yourself back to center. Exhale. Allow your arms to drop down by your sides. Inhale, sweeping the arms up high towards the ceiling. Little bend into both knees. Exhale, swan dive down towards your mat. Inhale, take your palms up to your shins, flatten your back. Exhale, lower your palms to frame your feet. Step back to a plank. Press into your palms, squeezing the shoulder blades together, back behind your back. Shifting forward ever so slightly on your toes, gently drop your knees down and untuck your feet. Press into palms to lower your chest down in between your palms, just to hover, and press yourself right back up, chaturanga push-ups. Exhale to lower yourself down in between your palms. Press yourself back up on the inhale. Last time, lowering yourself down in between your palms and hover. And then exhale, release all the way down. Inhale, lift up to cobra, up dog, back bend of your choice. Exhale, tuck your toes for downward facing dog, hips lift up and back. Walk or jump your feet forward to meet your hands. Palms come up to shins for a flat back. Exhale, fold a bit deeper. Bend into both knees to slowly lift yourself up high towards the ceiling. Arms circle up. Interlacing your fingers above your head. Lifting and lengthening towards the ceiling. So really feel those side bodies get long. You can stay here. If you'd like to take the back bend, press your hips forward and just allow the upper back to roll back. And you can release the head if you'd like to open up through your neck. Press into the feet to bring everything back to center. Exhale. Release your arms by your side. All up and standing now. And then exhale. Lower your hands down by your sides to complete your sequence. Pause here for a moment. Just feeling the weight evenly between both feet. Hips align right over your knees. Shoulders rolled back for a nice strong mountain pose. Press into both feet to inhale, lift and lengthen high towards the ceiling. Bend your knees, exhale, swan dive down towards the mat. Inhale, palms come up to shins for a flat back. Exhale, palms come down to frame your feet, fingers over wrists. Option to lower your knees down and to come down to the mat in one complete piece. Just slide back so I have a little room to work. I'm going to take a few rounds of locust pose here. We'll start with the legs. So bring your forearms down to the mat and you can rest your chin on your forearms. So from here, extend right leg up high towards the ceiling. Exhale, gently lower down. Left leg extends high towards the ceiling. Gently lower down. With both legs up towards the ceiling, head and chest stay down, work just happening in the lower half. And notice how much work needs to happen to keep these legs lifted. Exhale, gently lower down. Glue your forehead to the backs of your palms. And lifting Arms and forehead together. Lift the upper half of your body. The palms stay glued to your forehead. How high you can lift on your inhale. Exhale, gently lower down. Head lifts, still attached to those palms, elbows lift. Exhale, gently lower down. Press down through your pelvis, lifting head and chest up off the mat. Also lift your legs together. Inhale to keep everything lifted. Exhale helps to stabilize you in this shape. Holding for one more breath. Exhale, lower down. You can rest one cheek on the backs of your palms, turning your head to one side. And come back to center. Rest your other cheek on backs of your palm, turning your head to the other side. Bring your head back to center. Stretch your arms out long, a little bit wider than that distance, and I'll just angle my body a bit towards the camera so we can see. Bending into, press into your palms to lift your chest up. And we'll bend into your right elbow to twist towards the left. Come back to center, bend into left elbow to twist towards the right. We'll take a few rounds like that, bending into one elbow and then the next, twisting side to side. A little massage and stretch for the shoulders and upper back. Take one more round on both sides. And then lower your chest back down towards the mat. This time, interlacing your hands back behind your head. Press into the tops of the feet, press into your pelvis. Lift head and chest up off the mat. Release the grip on the fingers to stretch your arms forward for Superman. Bend your elbows to take your arms back behind you for a flying lotus. Arms stay reaching back behind you. Bend your elbows to bring your palms to your low back. Head and chest stay lifted the whole time. Arms reach long back behind you. Bend the elbows to reach your arms forward, back to Superman. And then bend the elbows to take your palms back behind your head as we started. And exhale, gently lower head and chest back down to the mat. You can rest one cheek onto the mat. Bring your head back to center. We'll do that one more time. Hands back behind your head, elbows spread wide on either side. Press into the tops of the feet, press into your pelvis. Lift your chest and head. Arms reach forward for Superman. Keep everything lifted. Bend the elbows, reach your arms back behind you. Flying lotus, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Elbows bend to the side to rest your palms on your low back. Maybe lift a bit higher. Arms reach out to the side as you bend your elbows, reaching your arms forward. Palms back onto the back of your head, elbows bent out to the side. Exhale, gently lower everything down, taking opposite ear down to the mat. Bring your chin back to center, bend into both knees. Allow your shins to fall left and right, side to side. Gently lower both shins down to the mat, palms underneath your shoulders to tuck your toes. Press back up to plank, and then press your hips back to downward facing dog. Walk or jump your feet forward to meet your hands, and step the right foot down to meet the left. This time lifting up high into your toes, your heels will be in the air. Gently lower your knees, bend your knees to lower your hips. So heels stay lifted. Curl your chin into your chest. Coming into what some people call a full moon pose. Helping to stretch out the back. And gently lower your knees down. Toes stay tucked under. Walk your hands back to your knees to lift your knees up off the mat one more time, back to that full moon shape. Gently lower your knees. Untuck the toes, bring your feet together, knees wide, send your hips back for child's pose. From child's pose, right arm lifts up high towards the ceiling, curling it underneath the opening of the left for a thread the needle version of child's pose. Press into left palm to reach both arms back forward, untwisting. And left palm reaches towards the ceiling to crawl underneath the opening of the right. The back of your hand is on the floor just outside of your mat. You rest your weight down onto that left shoulder. Untwist, coming back to center. You can have both arms reaching long in your last child's pose, or have them extended by your legs, just dropping your shoulders down towards the mat. Palms come back forward, press into your palms to lift your hips up and away from the mat, walking your knees back in. Just roll onto your backs, hugging both knees into your chest. You can take your hands back behind your hips. Extend your legs up high towards the ceiling. You stay lifted in your unsupported legs up the wall. You can just bend both knees back in. Give yourself a little back massage, rocking left and right, side to side. Take your knees wide in circles away from each other. feeling the full length of your back. Press into the mat. Keep holding on to right knee as you extend left leg long. And bring right knee over to the outside of your mat, coming into a twist. You decide how deep you want to go in this twist. So right shoulder might lift completely off the mat. Maybe you don't want to go that deep and you keep both shoulders grounded. Arms can be wide like a capital T, elbows bent like goalposts. Anything that feels right for the last two twists of class. Start to roll back onto your back, extending both legs long. Pausing here for a moment, just feeling the full length of your body. Just rest into the mat. And your heels all the way to your head. And draw your left knee in. Take the left knee over to the right side of your mat. Again, you decide how deep you want to go into this twist. If your left shoulder stay on the mat, maybe it lifts. Wherever you feel most supported and nourished in your back. Gently roll onto your back, extending both legs long. And just pausing here for a moment. Noticing everything that's connecting with the surface beneath you right now. If there's any last poses or shapes that you'd like to take to feel in your practice, take the next few moments to do so. If you're ready for your Savasana, also feel completely free to just melt and release into your mat. And as we all find some stillness on our mats, whatever your final resting pose and shape looks like. So you can melt the full surface of your spine into the support beneath you. Start to deepen your breath. Reintroducing some movement to your practice by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Circle out your ankles and your wrists. Make your way back up to a comfortable seat, however you'd like to. Placing one palm at heart center and the other palm right on top of that. Acknowledging for a moment you've done something loving and nourishing for your mind and your body to start your day. Divine light in me honors and salutes the divine light in each and every one of you. Namaste.